Welcome to Keiser Voices, the story of success, brought to you by Keiser University Graduate School, here where the academic world meets personal triumph. Join us today as we dive into the captivating tales of success.
Welcome back, everybody, to another fantastic episode of the Keiser Voices. This month, and all month long, from September 15th through October 15th, we are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, and we're doing so by taking a moment to talk about important topics with some influential people throughout the Keiser organization. Joining us today from the Miami campus is their campus president, Dr. Norma Pastor. Dr. Pastor, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. And I want to start by thanking Mrs. Corner and Mrs. Lobo for the invitation to this amazing podcast. It's such an honor to join you as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, a time to recognize and appreciate the incredible cultural contributions of Hispanic community here in the United States. This month, it's all about honoring our roots, and we are very happy to celebrate it. To reflect on our diverse heritage and celebrating the cultures that have enriched this country in so many ways. As the president of the Keiser University Miami, I'm especially proud to be part of a community that embraces bilingualisms and multiculturalisms. And I can't wait to share how this has shaped both my personal and professional journey. Thanks again for having me today.
And I'm glad you brought that up. The bilingualism, because that's kind of what we want to talk about today, because I think, we think a lot about we're moving from one country to a new country, but what I don't think we spend a lot of time talking about is the language. You yourself are originally from the Dominican Republic, and your primary language there was Spanish. So coming to the US, you now needed to add a new language to how you work and how you do things. How did your journey through bilingualism shape your personal and professional development?
Well, that's a very interesting question, Heather. And it's something that we immigrants we all face. It's the change, not only with the language, but also in the culture. It's like a very choking change for us. Reflecting on my personal journey as a bilingual leader, my experience as an immigrant from the Dominican Republic has deeply shaped who I am today. When I first arrived in the United States, even though I had some knowledge of English, it wasn't enough to fully navigate academic and professional spaces. Like many first-generation immigrants, I had to start from the ground up, improving my English, going back to school, and earning both a master's and a doctoral degree. The cultural and the linguistic challenges were immense, as I mentioned before, but they helped me grow and build resilience. I remember vividly the times when being bilingual opened doors for me in ways I hadn't anticipated. I never imagined. It allowed me to connect more meaningfully with people in different cultures, environments. For example, there were moments when my Spanish helped bridge gaps for others who were struggling with language barriers. This not only strengthened my relationship, but also reaffirmed the importance of maintaining my connection to my Hispanic heritage. Growing up and navigating life in the United States while holding on to my roots has been both a challenge and a gift. It's having both of the best worlds. Like personally, being bilingual has been instrumental in shaping my leadership style. From the moment I was hired at Keiser University as a program director, I found that I could advocate effectively for bilingual and multicultural initiative, ensuring that our programs were support students from diverse backgrounds. As I moved through different roles within Keiser University as an associate dean, and now the campus president, my ability to communicate fluently in both English and Spanish has helped me build a stronger relationship with the students, with faculty, and the broader community. It's also enable me to push for policies and programs that promote inclusivity, recognizing the unique challenges faced by the first generation and bilingual students. Ultimately, I might say that my bilingualism isn't just a tool, it's a crucial part of my identity that has helped me navigate the many cultural environments I've encountered here in the United States, allowing me to thrive both personally and professionally.
And I appreciate that you mentioned the challenges that you face, learning the languages and then incorporating Spanish with the new language of English that you were learning while you were going through your journeys. Um, what challenges do bilingual individuals face in education and the workforce?
Well, even with all the advantages we have nowadays, bilingual individuals often face unique challenges in both education and the workplace. For example, at the university, students may run into stereotypes or misconceptions that link bilingualism with a lack of proficiency in either language, which can really impact their self-confidence and overall academic performance. Navigating two languages come with its own set of cognitive and emotional hurdles, especially in academic setting where English tends to dominate. Bilingual students may feel anxious or frustrated when trying to express complex ideas in a second language. Switching back and forth between languages also can be mentally exhausting. And it's important to recognize how this can sometimes add extra pressure for students. Language barriers can also affect academic success, but universities can definitely help by providing targeted support. Programs like language support services, bilingual tutoring, or courses designed to improve academic English skills are all essential. At Keiser University, we have created that support for the students. I will never forget that when I was completing my dissertation, my PhD, in my dissertation, I had the issue with my writing skills, even though I already had the knowledge and my English was already on another level. It was a professional English. I still was writing backward, which is something that happens to us Dominican. The Spanish and the English, they have different. The sentences are the format of the sentences are different. So I was writing the sentences in a way that sometimes they will come backward. So I had this person I remember, on our writing studio, Dr. Record, which I absolutely love. Dr. Record, he was the first person who reached out to me, and he told me, like, Norma, I've noticed that sometimes when you write, your sentences come, I mean, I understand, but they come like backward. So I'm going to help you with this. And he was like instrumental in my dissertation process and in my PhD process. And because of his help and because of his directions and so on and so forth, I was able to complete it. But these are, some of the challenges that immigrants, people from another languages faces. Another layer of complexity is the cultural expectations that bilingual individuals have to balance. There are often a lot of pressure from family or community to maintain cultural traditions while navigating the academic world. These expectations can sometimes clash, whether it's related to education, career goals, or even which language is spoken at home versus at school. So it's a delicate balancing act, and universities can play key role in supporting students as they manage these challenges. And let's not forget about the bilingual faculty and the staff who also face their own set of challenges. Often they are expected to act as cultural mediators or translators, roles that are incredibly valuable, but can sometimes go unrecognized or uncompensated. While their contributions help bridge gaps and create more inclusive environments, the extra responsibility can add up to them. And it's important that their efforts are acknowledged as well.
No, I agree. There's definitely a lot of advantages to being bilingual in a workplace or even in an education setting. And I know you touched on a few um, while we were talking about the challenges, but what are some other advantages that really bilingualism plays?
Um, well, being bilingual has so many perks, especially in a university setting, and even more so in a diverse state like Florida. At Keiser University in Miami, a lot of our students come from Hispanic backgrounds and speak Spanish as their first language. Like they speak Spanish at home. Their parents or relatives, most of the times are not really like they don't speak English. So being able to speak both languages help us connect with them and their family on a deeper level, making them feel welcome and understood from the moment they arrive on the campus. Um, for example, our bilingualisms allows us to effectively bridge the communication gap between immigrant families and the university. For instance, when family whose primary language is Spanish attends admissions or financial aid appointments, our staff can clearly explain each step in a way that parents fully understand. This ensures they are informed about everything their child or the students will experience, from financial aid packages to course registration and academic expectations. So it's like by communicating in their language, we create the different departments, like we create a welcoming and supportive environment, fostering trust and clarity, which is crucial for their engagement and success. In addition, having a bilingual staff foster a more inclusive workplace. Faculty and staff who speak multiple languages are better equipped to understand cultural differences and create an environment where everyone feels valued. At Kaiser University, we offer, for example, just yesterday we had an event. We were celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, so we had like a potluck. Every department participated. But not only that, we also offer workshops and we have resources um, to help our community, and not only to promote diversity, but also to make our campus more accessible and appealing to a broader audience. For the students, being fluent in both English and Spanish provides a significant edge in the job market. Industries such as healthcare, education, businesses, like you mentioned, law firms, whatever it is, they're actively seeking bilingual professionals. In Miami, especially, and I keep mentioning Miami because this is where I am right now, where many big businesses operate in both languages. Students with bilingual skills are um, have greater access to internship, job opportunities, and career advancements. Moreover, research shows, and this is very, very interesting, that bilingualism offers cognitive benefits such as improved multitasking, problem solving, and memory, and these enhanced abilities are especially relevant in an academic setting where critical thinking is essential.
No, that's great. And you touch on so many different things that I want to ask you about. And I know we don't have all day to ask these questions. But I do want to talk about culture and cultural identity because you did touch on both of those. Where does or what role does the bilingualism play in cultural identity and even preserving heritage?
Yeah, of course. Bilingualism, it's very important. It's such a powerful tool for preserving cultural identity, and we really see this here at Keiser University in Miami. Many of our students and faculty come from diverse Hispanic backgrounds, and speaking their native language help them maintain a strong connection to their cultural roots while also engaging with a broader English-speaking community. It is like, again, having the best of both worlds. We also have some fantastic initiatives that create a real sense of belonging. For instance, our celebrations, that one we had yesterday, that was Hispanic Heritage Month, along with other cultural presentations and bilingual seminars, offer a great opportunity for students to celebrate their heritage while also learning about others. These activities foster cultural pride and understanding, making our campus a vibrant place where everyone can feel at home. Moreover, bilingualism plays a crucial role in maintaining traditions and practices from students' countries of origin. We offer bilingual classes that focus on literature, history, and cultural studies, which are essential for passing down cultural knowledge to the next generation. It is inspiring to see students engaging with their traditions while also learning about the world that is around them, right? Lastly, our connections with broader community further enrich this experience. We partnered with local Hispanic organizations and participate in community events, which allowed us to serve as a bridge between cultures. These interactions not only reinforce the importance of bilingualism, but also help foster mutual understanding and respect among everyone involved. It's truly amazing to witness how language can bring us all together.
So one thing that we haven't talked about that I want to bring up, because it kind of leads into my other question I have for you today, as we talk about bilingualism and Hispanic Heritage Month. I think it's important to point out, for those that don't know, you actually represent Keiser University with the Hispanic Association of Colleges and Universities, and that is a vital organization that takes a moment to recognize that there are Hispanic individuals, there are Hispanic populations that need to be served and should be served. And you're taking to them issues that we're seeing in education and taking that to legislators, and you're bringing it back to the institution as well, so that way changes can be implemented. And so we're taking consideration all backgrounds. So I bring that up because I really want to ask you about your Hispanic background and how that has influenced your leadership style.
Yeah, very, very nice question. Very good question. And for me, as a first generation immigrant from the Dominican Republic, my Hispanic background has deeply influenced my leadership style. Infusing this, let's say it in a different way, infusing it with values of community, resilience, and adaptability. These principles are central to how I approach my role as a campus president. And my journey has taught me the importance of lifting others as I rise, which is something I practice in my daily leadership. And I think I have mentioned this before in others, other spaces. When I first came to the United States, the kind of information that I received about the next step for me, where to go, what to do, how to move forward with the education that I had. Remember that I was already a medical doctor with a specialty in anesthesiology in Dominican Republic, served in the military. So I had a background already, but then I moved here. I had to do a little bit of like a tweak of what I wanted to do. So I had to, I had to adapt. But I brought with me, all those, the knowledge that I already had, right? So for us, the collaboration is one of the strongest values. And this is, I think, one of the most important values that I carry from my cultural background. In our community, family, support networks are crucial. And I've brought that same sense of family-like support to my leadership style. For example, I prioritize open forums with the students and staff where everyone feels heard and valued. I've also worked hard to establish community outreach programs and partnership with local Hispanic organizations. This partnership not only allowed our students to engage with their heritage, but also build a support network that improve or strengthen their educational journey. By fostering this collaboration, we create a sense of belonging and supporting environment that empowers everyone to thrive. Cultural sensitive, it's another key aspect of my leadership. Being from an immigrant background, I understand the unique challenges that the students from diverse backgrounds face. This perspective has informed many of my decisions at Keiser University, particularly when addressing students' needs. I recall a specific instance where we noticed that many first-generation Hispanic students were struggling with balancing family responsibilities and academic life. So this led me to work with my team to implement flexible scheduling and offer other support services, ensuring that these students could succeed both at home and in their studies. Remember, we have a very, very unique population. Like our population, we have a very high percent of students that have dependents already and, have one or two jobs to balance their life. So it is important for them to learn how to balance themselves in both home and in professional lives. So it's important for me that every decision I make is rooted in empathy and an understanding of the diverse experiences within our student body. Mentorship and support for future Hispanic leaders are also the heart of my work. I am deeply committed to creating opportunities for Hispanic students and staff to succeed. I actively work to build a pipeline for Hispanic leaders within the university by providing mentoring, resources, and leadership training, whether it's through one-on-one guidance or creating institutional pathways. I want to ensure that those who come after have the tools and confidence to succeed. I believe representation matters, and I strive to ensure that our Hispanic community sees a leader who look like them and understand their experiences. In every aspect of the leadership, my Hispanic heritage plays a guiding role, helping me to create a more inclusive, empathetic, and collaboration environment at Keiser University. It's about ensuring that our values our values of resilience and community building extend to every part of our campus and beyond.
Amazing. This has been a really inspiring conversation, Dr. Pastor, and we really appreciate you joining us on the Keiser Voices podcast to share not only your journey, but your insights into a culture as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. So thank you again for joining us today.
No, thank you for the invitation, and thank you for taking the time also to celebrate with the Hispanic community this important month, which is remembering our roots. Remember that we might come from different countries, but at the end of the day, we are all Hispanic, and the culture is what's really make us unique, and this is why we're part of this big family.
Thank you all for joining us on another fantastic episode of Keiser Voices. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the conversation, please be sure to like, share, and follow us so we can continue these conversations. Have a great day.
Thank you for journeying with us today on Keiser Voices, the story of success. As we close this chapter, remember every story has its next page.